I love the film Dr. Detroit. I have not watched it in a long time. And to be honest, I never should have saw it back in the 80s. But there's a lot of films I should have saw back in the 80s when I was a young lad. And it would never make this film today. So if you're a fan of films like Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks, or those Police Academy films where a lot of it doesn't make any sense, it's very rude, very crass, a lot of those jokes they can never do today, Dr. Detroit is your film. it's so messed up. The premise is crazy. So Dan Aykroyd, and he made this film. The film came out the same year as Trading Places that he made with Eddie Murphy and Jamie Lee Curtis, which is just crazy. The premise is Dan Aykroyd plays this uptight professor. Somehow he crosses paths with Howard Hessman, who played Johnny Fever on WKRP, and later he was on Head of Class. Rest in peace, Howard Hessman. He comes across Howard Hessman. Howard Hessman is a pimp, and he's in debt to the mob or something like that. And somehow, some way, he convinces Dan Aykroyd, this professor, to take over his stable of women. It makes no sense. I'm trying to, because I'm thinking maybe I'm combining two films. But I think there's a scene where when Dan as Dr. Detroit has his long fingernail and he snorts cocaine with it. But I can't remember if it's this film or some other bad 80s film. But that long fingernail sticks in my head. It's like, how can you snort cocaine out of your fingernail? I don't know if it's Dr. Detroit or another one. I don't know. There's so many bad, good films, man. It's fantastic. In fact, give me your favorite worst comedy that is so horrible you just gotta keep watching it because it's so bad it's good. So give me some names of some bad, fun comedies from the 80s. Yeah. So Dr. Detroit is fantastic. It's a fantastic, horrible film. But that film also changed Dan Aykroyd's life. So Trading Places really helped Dan Aykroyd's career. Because Dan Aykroyd didn't have a hit prior to that before The Blues Brothers. And then after that, he got Ghostbusters and Dragnet and some of these other films. So from a career standpoint, Trading Places was the film that helped him out in 1983. From a personal standpoint, he met his wife, the lovely Donna Dixon. So Donna Dixon, she plays Sunny on Bosom Buddies, which starred Tom Hanks and Peter Scolari. Rest in peace, Peter Scolari. Donna Dixon was on that. And then the show got canceled because it was only on for 2 years. And Donna Dixon somehow ends up in Dr. Detroit. She meets Dan Aykroyd. I guess they fell in love, and they got married the next year. It was a whirlwind romance, but if you look at Donna Dixon back then, of course you would have married Donna Dixon. Absolutely. If you're Dan Aykroyd and you're a comedian from Canada, and Donna Dixon, her tall blonde self, is liking me, oh yeah, I'm wifing that up. So yeah, but it was a whirlwind romance. They get married the next year, and they stayed married for like 39 years, and they got separated. I think in 2023, maybe 2022. They're like one of those post-pandemic couples. And my thinking is, man, you're married for 39 years. You can't figure this out. Like, it's always, when I see couples who's been married for over 40 years or something like that, and he's like, I'm getting divorced. It's like, why? Do you hate him that much? Or do you hate her that much? Y'all can't figure it out. The funny thing is, they're not divorced. They're still separated. I had an uncle like that. I think he was like separated for like 20 years. Now, the difference is he never had any money. Like, I didn't know how expensive divorces were until my friends started getting divorced. It was like, damn, that's horrible. And it feels bad because one person never wanted to get divorced, but they got to get a lawyer anyway and go broke because the other person wants out. That's messed up. I don't know why divorces cost so much. But yeah, so Donna Dixon and Dan are still married, but they're separated? I don't know what that's about. But the beautiful thing about Dr. Detroit is a horrible cult classic film, and it didn't make any money. It was, I think it was made for $8 million and only made 10, so I didn't make any money. It became a cult classic. I saw it on HBO when I was younger. Shouldn't have. I blame my cousins for that. But I love this picture. So Donna Dixon is the tall blonde on the far side. Now these are the ladies that's in Dr. Detroit's stable. The beautiful black woman you see there, that's Lynn Whitfield. That's the beautiful Lynn Whitfield. The Lynn Whitfield you would see who played Josephine Baker. The Lynn Whitfield that would be in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence, who played the crazy chick in that. And an older Lynn Whitfield was recently on The Shy. So yeah, Lynn Whitfield was always that chick. Lynn Whitfield to me she was always like in between Halle Berry and Angela Bassett is Lynn Whitfield. Whitfield has the acting talents of Angela Bassett, but the beauty of a Halle Berry. That's why I always saw Lynn Whitfield, man. Like she was like in between eras with them, because both Angela and Halle came through the 90s, and Lynn Whitfield, she was that chick. She just didn't get enough starring roles before that, because by the time we get to like Robert Townsend and Spike Lee, they was casting like chicks in their 20s, and Lynn Whitfield was already firm in her 30s. So Lynn Whitfield was one of his chicks in Dr. Detroit. The woman behind her is Fran Drescher, the nanny. Now Fran Drescher's always been nice. I actually thought, for years at first, I thought Fran Drescher was like Italian or Greek or light skinned, but she's Jewish. That's a fine Jewish lady right there. But yeah, the woman behind her is Fran Drescher, and I remember her from Saturday Night Fever. So if you're Dan Aykroyd, you're on this set. Imagine you're Dan Aykroyd, right? Your boy was John Belushi. Y'all made the Brooklyn Brothers together. You did the movie Neighbors. He ODs and dies. Neighbors was a flop. Now you end up in Dr. Detroit, and you're looking at Lynn Moody. I'm sorry, I keep on saying Lynn Moody. She's beautiful too. You're looking at Lynn Whitfield, Donna Dixon, and Fran Drescher. Who do you marry? He made the right choice. He went with Donna Dixon, but man, like I probably would have gone with Lynn Whitfield, but I'll take Fran and Donna too. I'll take her too, but Lynn would be my first choice. So Dr. Detroit is a horribly great comedy. Some of the jokes are shocking. Some of those things, if they updated it today, there's a lot of jokes they probably couldn't do. I don't even know if they would even try to do it. I guess they could do it, but then people would be protesting pimp playing a pimp. People don't like that stuff anymore. But yes, but it's a really bad, great movie. So what do you, if you saw Dr. Detroit, how would you rank it? Do you think, nah, Kev, this movie is a classic. This is a classic comedy. Or no, Kev, this movie is trash. Or no, Kev, I saw it, I thought it was horrible, but I had to watch it again. Me, I thought it was a classic from the very beginning, but then you start watching the scenes. I watched the trailer. It's like, ooh, this is bad. I'm gonna watch it this week. I'm gonna watch it Labor Day weekend. Shout out to Dan Aykroyd, man, and shout out to Donna Dixon for being separated for like 3 years. Y'all work it out. Either hook up or leave, but make a choice. Think, hey, what would Dr. Detroit do?